Hi everyone. This project looks to answer how forest landscape with different uses such as conservation, plantations and ecotourism can generate enough income for people's well-being and conserve animals, plants and forests at the same time. The 260,000 hectare project landscape is located southeast of Sabah, home to 1/5 of the Borneo Island's flora and fauna species. The landscape connects three pristine protected forests, which are the Maleo Basin to the west, Danube Valley to the east, and Imbak Canyon to the north. The project brings together long hours of team effort to look for solutions at the policy, legal, and more importantly, on the ground. The key players are the Sabah Forestry Department, Natural Resource Office, Sabah Wildlife Department, civil societies, scientific communities, and private concessions. Finding solutions in optimal land use for revenue and biodiversity starts by knowing your project site. Sabah Forestry Department generates and updates geographical and topography maps at the landscape level and each land use block level, including private concession areas. The project landscape experiments with many different uses, and one of them is the integrated mosaic planting model. The model is a combination of endemic, fast-growing timber trees and patches of natural forest. It helps to manage the natural forest and generate revenue from sustainable harvesting of the timber trees in the long term. This picture shows seedlings of the batai, one of the most popular local, fast-growing tropical rainforest timber tree species in Sabah, which is used in the integrated mosaic planting. More than 1 million of batai seedlings have been planted since 2012. The Sabah Foundation, the Sabah Forestry Department, and private concessions work hand in hand in setting aside a suitable corridor for wildlife, such as the pygmy elephants, the orangutans, and gibbons. One of the interesting tree species planted in an integrated mosaic plantation is agarwood tree. What is that, you may ask? It is actually a very rare and expensive raw material. Its aromatic resin is used in the production of incense and perfumes that you wear every day. And here we see the guardians of our forests, the Sabah Forestry officers and rangers, the unsung heroes whom are working on the front line to ensure the forests are managed sustainably for the present and future generations. This green patch that you see is not your everyday normal garden nursery. It is a special nursery maintained by a private concession where hundreds and hundreds of local tree seeds and seedlings are grown and ready for planting in the field. The project team, comprised of the Sabah Forestry Department and UNDP in Malaysia, conducts regular monitoring visits to the project landscape site. The visit monitors the progress on the land use status and compliance status of private concessions against their permits and forest management plan. Here's looking at the laran seeds, which are imported from Kalimantan, waiting for germination using special compost. Once the seedlings grow bigger, these healthy seedlings are then ready to be transferred to the forest plots for planting by the workers. The project site also showcases a spectacular landscape of untouched rivers, cloud-covered valleys, and pristine forests. Furthermore, the site offers very rich carbon stock in the trees and surface. The project partnered with the Carnegie Airborne Observatory in the United States and completed the forest structure and carbon mapping using the light detection and ranging and hyperspectral imagery methods in April 2016. The exercise generated a great wealth of ecological data for decision making. Local communities work with private concessions close to their homes in the forest, particularly women who work in the nurseries for local fast-growing timber species. The women are like the parents who don't mind getting their hands dirty to make sure their plants grow from seed to maturity. Currently, there are 4 private concessions working in the project landscape, each with its own speciality. One of the concessions even adopted a forward-looking slogan for their business venture, titled Planting for the Future, when the project began in 2012. In this picture, the trees that you see were actually planted in 2011 to 2012, and it has grown so fast. The university, which is a partner, established research plots to measure the carbons in the forest, fly drones to map out the forest structure, and also map out orangutan nests. Here we see a footprint. It is a footprint of a clouded leopard found in the mosaic plantation areas and natural forests in the project landscape, which indicates a positive sign of wildlife movement and biodiversity. Here we see partners being briefed on site about the importance of sustainable forest management practices, such as reduced impact logging, human-elephant conflict protocols, and co-management with local communities. As of 2017, 150,000 hectares of the project landscape has been gazetted as protected areas for conservation. The remaining areas are now earmarked for oil palm, mosaic plantation, ecotourism, and sustainable harvesting that can generate sustainable income for the Sabah people. It is a positive indication that socio-economic growth and nature can coexist and complement each other. Thank you.